Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is the beginning of 5 days of sketching faces. It is an art challenge that I invite you to join along with me. We are going to loosen up and we are going to practice drawing and painting faces with whatever art supplies you have. You can draw big, you can draw small, you can draw with pencils, you can paint, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to share my process with you in loosening up in your drawings, letting go of control and perfection, and basically returning to play and having fun when it comes to creating art. Sometimes we just get lost in what we're seeing online. We're getting lost in this need for perfection. And me included, that happens to me all the time. You know, I sort of get lost in those carefully curated posts and carefully curated videos online. And I fall into that trap of comparison because even though I look at those things, and I will say carefully curated, because what you're seeing is people sharing their perfect art online. And what happens is we forget to be playful. We forget to let loose and have fun. And so I want to redirect and get back into being playful, having fun, being curious, exploring your art supplies, drawing with freedom, and basically remove self-judgment from the equation when it comes to drawing faces. Your faces are not meant to be perfect. It's not about realism. It's about expressing yourself through your drawing and your art, and that's what we're going to do over the next 5 days. So today is day 1. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I invite you to follow along with me, and I will be posting pictures of the artwork and blog posts, which I will be sharing on my Patreon blog, and I will leave the link in the description for you to access and draw along and join along with me. So I'm going to flip the camera over, do a little sketchbook tour, and then I'm going to start drawing. And each day over the next 5 days, check out my YouTube channel because I'm going to have a different topic on drawing faces. So let's flip the camera around and get started, and I hope you all join me. Before we jump in, I wanted to show just a few pictures from a book. This is called Great French Paintings from Burns Foundation, and I just want to give an example of, paintings that have meaning and make you stop in your tracks is not always perfect paintings. Paintings are as unique as the people creating them. I love this kind of art, but again, look at this painting. It's different. Sometimes I wonder, what if these people were alive today and posted this on Facebook or Instagram? Would people love it? Would they critique it? I love this one. One of my, it's called The Peasants. It's oil on canvas. But none of the proportions are right. Right? It's off. The proportions are off. It's exaggerated. The facial, the faces are off. The sizes are off. But again, it's not about perfection. It's not about being curated. It's about just creating. Now, Picasso... This is a Picasso. Definitely odd. We don't always get to see all his work, right? We only get to see what we're shown, really. But faces don't need to be perfect. The size of the eyes and the nose and the mouth don't need to be perfect. You can draw a face however you want. Okay, and that's what we're going to do today. After I show you a few of my own artworks. I love this book. So this is the Great French Paintings from the Burns Foundation, and for me personally, instead of Instagram, instead of going on social media to find artwork that is unique, sometimes you just have to go back to the past and see what these amazing people did in their own little bubbles without the constant self judgment or the looking outward on social media. It's just way too easy to do. So these are some of the paintings that I have done over the past month. And honestly, I opened this sketchbook and realized I forgot how many paintings I've done over the past month. It's just this Strathmore drawing paper, I call it a sketchbook, but it's a sketch pad, if you will. And obviously I have done a lot of drawings and paintings. I think I did most of these during December and January, more so than February, but playing with a lot of colors and crowns, doing a lot of crowns. Seems like this blue color was a theme for me over the past couple of months. I was trying for this one to do a little more, yes, I'm going to say it, realism. Obviously not realism, but a little more, something a little different than what I normally do. And I actually like how this turned out, but this isn't really my style. I am liking the bold colors on this lady and the gold earrings. This was just drawn with, marker and paint. I know this is acrylic paint, and I'm loving this pink and that blue color. This was one that I abandoned. I probably could go back to it, but I just kind of abandoned that one. These are some of my favorites that I did, I think in January. This one is my absolute favorite of all of them. I love this style, and I think this was just in a video where I talked about different ways that you could maybe include different elements in your drawings, because I think I talked about like handwriting and sparkles. That was so much fun. I think this is my favorite. I really enjoyed the sort of ethereal feeling of this woman and the birds coming out. I'd like to say that this is maybe this is gouache, but I kind of like her face. And again, the blues and the greens. Oh, I think this was also gouache, but also those Neocolor 2s. Oh, this one was inks. This was acrylic inks. And I was playing with patterns. And I have the video on this one, was playing with patterns and colors. And I love the way the acrylic ink looks on the paper. And keeping those faces basically without a lot of color, and keeping the color around. And I think this is where I really discovered I love that orange and blue combination. Again, more playing with ink, sketching with ink, patterns. So much fun. I'm actually starting to get excited about doing some faces after this. Maybe I was just feeling a little defeated. Sometimes it happens when I get on social media. It's one of the reasons why I originally deleted my Instagram, which I still have. I have a backup. But I'm definitely more active on YouTube. I really love this community. Okay, more faces and colors. Oh, I've got some tempera paint sticks with this pink. I really loved playing with this lady. Oh, I remember the little dog. Wasn't sure if he was going to turn out. This one's fun too. Again, loving these bright colors. Sometimes you can make faces that don't, like I'm not a fan of this face, but overall I feel like it works just because of all the colors and patterns and lines, like the bold black with these bright cheery colors. And then I brought it together with those pink cheeks. What do I have next? Oh, this one was so much fun. So much fun. I played with stamps. I played with that bright pink. But I think the stamps and the patterns were fun. And then look, this lady was like a little surprise. I'm liking how her eye comes off the page. Same with all of these ladies. It's like their eyes come off, not the page, but their face. Oh, this was like making a grid almost, but not a grid to draw perfect, a grid to like draw in each grid or in each square or box. You're drawing a different face. That was really fun to practice. And again, wonky, different kind of art. I have videos for all of these. I'll try to, like, you might have to dig around and find them if you're interested. This was some collage, playing with paper on the paper. This sketchbook paper I found, it's really, really good for all sorts of, even though it's just for drawing, like I used all sorts of different art supplies on it, and I love how this turned out. What do I have here? Okay. Not so much faces, but I did a whole video on how to do mermaids, how to draw mermaids. I love the color blue. I never used to like blue when I was younger. I don't know why, but this blue is so pretty with the purple. This was really fun to do. And this one I was playing with Neocolor 2s. Love this lady's face. Just super fun colors and layering and texture. Oh, and I did another mermaid. This was another mermaid. I think I really enjoyed doing these little fish. Okay, so we had a little preview of some faces that I did. I'm not sure what I'm doing now. I'm going to do faces, but I think I'm going to use marker and maybe some acrylic ink. But you grab whatever you have, and we are going to draw faces and then color them in. Before we jump into the actual drawing faces part, I do want to mention I have a couple of books. I have How to Draw Faces and How to Draw Whimsical Faces. This is one of the ways that helps support my art channel is these books. So it is a workbook on how to draw faces. This is like the master copy. I hand drew this little book walking you through how to draw eyes and nose and mouth. And I also have, hold on, different faces that you could fill in. If you have the book, please leave a comment below and let me know if you're interested in more of these kinds of pages where I do a filled in face, but then leave a blank face for you to fill in. So that's in this workbook. I have these activities in this workbook, but I also have it in my Whimsical Faces workbook. But I'm also curious to know if you're interested in just having some pages for you to fill in. But again, this helps support my channel. I am going to start drawing faces now, and I think I'm going to start with a Sharpie marker just because it's easier to see when I'm filming. Okay, so when I drew this face, I drew the outline with the Sharpie marker, and then I used my Faber-Castell colored pencils that I love so much. Any colored pencils will do, but I just sort of played around with her, you know, features and coloring it in with the pencils. You can do it however you want. Again, this challenge is a challenge for you to draw from your own, I'd say, heart or from within, and play around with what you like and what you don't like and play around with art supplies. I thought I'd use colored pencils because I think anyone could get colored pencils and a Sharpie marker and some paper. But once I finish drawing this, that's when I start adding different things to it, like my Neocolor 2. I don't know if I'm going to use the water with the Neocolor. I just like that crayon-y, shadowy effect that I can use with it. Kind of wanted to, like, I liked having maybe some mark making in her shirt as well. I think when it comes to drawing faces, it's just all about playing around. I know there's the 100 faces challenge that a lot of people do, but again, when I see that 100 faces challenge, it seems to me that it's about trying to draw what you see, and this challenge is more like drawing from within. I mean, I'm not really using, you know, I don't have a photo reference that I'm using. I'm just sort of playing around with drawing faces and seeing what I can do from within. And I think that's when you get that wonky, weird, fun art that's really true to yourself versus art that can be frustrating, especially, like, I don't know if other people feel that way, but I find it frustrating because I end up not being true to myself, and I end up, because I do admire and love the artwork of so many people, but I end up just not remaining true to myself and what I'm capable of. Like, I don't push the envelope of what can come out from within me because I'm so busy trying to be like, oh, I love that face. I want to draw that face. So the goal here is not to draw a face that you know are looking at. The goal is to just draw a face. But I will include, actually, this is going to be on my Patreon. I call it my Patreon blog because that's all I'm doing right now, is just using Patreon as a blog, so you could easily go there and have a look at this artwork and use this artwork as a reference if you want. You don't have to. It's like 5 days of drawing faces. We're going to play with different art supplies and techniques, but today is just the colored pencils and a nice beginning into drawing faces. I always like the way these black markers or black ink sort of just really creates these bold marks. And sometimes you can do like writing here. One of the things that I like that I did, that when you look back at your own artwork, that I really liked, hold on, where is it? Oh, here it is. One of the things I'm really enjoying, especially with this one, I'm like, oh, I just love this bold color. This bold, like, so you do your face, then you can just add some bold color. So maybe I'll add some bold color around her. I don't want to do patterns. We'll save patterns for another day, but I want to do some bold colors around her to see how that looks. I'm going to choose a green, and I think what I'm going to do, I don't necessarily need to just have random, I think what I'll put maybe some leaves and greenery behind her and see how that looks. Okay, I added green colored pencil, Neocolor 2, these are water soluble crayons, and then the Stabilo woody pencils, which are also water soluble, like colored pencils, and a little bit of green watercolor paint. and this is the brand. So what I'm going to do now is, I think this is enough. I love the way this turned out. And for my final touches, what I like to do is add gold sparkle paint and possibly just like some like clear glitterific. These are both called Folk Art Glitterific paints. Ooh, I might add a little pink to her cheek. Let's see how that goes and what that looks like. When using the glitterific paint, I like to use a really old paintbrush so that I don't mess it up too much. I think I'll start with the pink on her cheeks. Again, this is sketching and drawing faces your own way. 5 days of faces. Today is just day 1, letting loose and having fun. I have a bunch of videos on how to draw faces as well as the book, so I can include a link in the description on some of my more popular how to draw faces videos that you can watch as well. I love that glitter on her cheek. I'll give you a close-up in a minute. And I think what I'm going to do is add, I'm wondering, should I add gold to her hair? I think I'm not going to add gold to the earrings, but I'm going to add gold to sort of the top of her head, almost like a crown. And so I just grab some of this glittery paint and maybe I'll do it in circles to make it look like a crown. It's sort of abstract. I also have a Facebook page, Krista Irene Art. I'll leave a link to the group so you could share your artwork in the group as well. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay. I think I could have just left it with the 1 row, but I went a little wild. But that's okay. It's all part of discovering your own process. Maybe I'll add some down here now that I've gone a little stir crazy there with the gold. Ooh, I love that. Okay, that's going to be it for this drawing. Let's give you a close-up of it. I shall see if I can figure this out. But this is a close-up of the drawing. Hopefully you can see this with the glitter and all of it. I hope you are joining me on the 5 days of drawing faces. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Leave a comment and let me know how your face turned out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy sketching.